Idahoans put education as the top priority for legislators. It has taken the #1 spot for all 9 years of the Boise State Public Policy Survey. What schools teach, what they pay the teachers, and how well it's all funded, well, the funding part is constitutionally mandated. That'd be the basics anyway. And sometimes lawmakers like to throw in a few extras, like think Empowering Parents program and the Idaho Launch program. Well, the money for those programs, that all comes from different buckets of the general fund and of the budget. But what if local school districts could cover the cost of education beyond their classroom? Today, the Senate Education Committee introduced a bill for self-directed learners. That's what they're calling it. Students who demonstrate a mastery of knowledge through their grades. They're motivated. They have the ability to establish post-secondary career and educational goals. And, well, Hunter Funk looked into this. And if we understand this correctly, Hunter, teachers are the one who are designating the students that would qualify for these programs, right?
Yeah, exactly. And currently there is an Idaho law for self-directed learners. Now, these are middle and high school students who demonstrate a mastery of knowledge through their grades, are motivated, have the ability to establish post-secondary career and education goals. Teachers are the ones to designate the students, and former Senator Stephen Thane brought forth the amendment today. Now, the bill allows these self-directed learners to get financial support for alternative learning activities. The current statute doesn't allow districts to reimburse families for these expenses. This change lets teachers and families work together. Now, Thane worries schools will hurt if they don't pay for it.
And I believe unless we allow flexibility back into the public school system, that they will continue to struggle, and they won't be able to compete.
Now, this isn't asking for additional funding, but it would be paid for through the current state funding for schools. Thane argues it keeps schools competitive by allowing students to do outside activities like going to a math teacher because they're more advanced in their classes, maybe taking a piano lesson instead of band, or field trips, internships, and community service. It leads it up to the school districts to figure out what the policies are. Now, there was concern how much this would pull from the funding for rural schools, and concerns that this would allow kids to take trips to Lagoon and get it paid for. So the argument is that districts could decide what is allowed and what's not allowed, though here's the turn, they all decided against it, with more against it than 4 legislators moved to hold the bill in committee. Nearly 3,600 students, though, in Idaho are considered these students.
See, there's a lot of these ideas flying around. Everybody's got this idea of how we can spend the state's money when it comes to education. But the concern, I think, that they brought this up was school districts get a pot of money.
Yeah.
And if they choose to use that, we all know they're stretched thin. What if they don't have any money left over for these extra activities? Then what? That's kind of the concern, right?
Right. It's then you can't give it out.
Does.
But since it's up to the districts, they would have been the ones to determine, hey, we can't do this year. But again, that puts it on the district, and then parents have to deal with that too.
Again, this is the whole education thing. And again, everybody's got these ideas of how they can compete with possibly school choice bills that's coming down. And guess what? There's another one coming tomorrow. Get ready for that.
There it is.